Hello, welcome to our sewing class today. We are going to continue to make our beanbag stand for our phone or our tablet, whatever you use for your online learning. At home, if you have a sewing machine, use your sewing machine to sew your beanbag stand. If you don't have a sewing machine at home, no problem. We are going to use a needle and a thread, and I will show you how to make it. To do today's lesson, you need to have finished last week's lesson. At the end of last week, you had your fabric cut out and you had a ribbon in here pinned in so that you could start today. If you don't have this, you need to finish last week's lesson first. We're going to get started now. So what we need is we have our pattern, we have our fabric with ribbon ready to go. You need to look for your chalk. You might have pink chalk, yellow chalk, or blue chalk in your sewing kit. You just have one color. I only gave you one color. At school, you will need these yellow papers like this. But if you're at home, you don't have these. You don't have them. So you will need to get your Dollarama kit, and you will need to get your measuring tape as well. So we want to sew, but where do we sew? On our pattern shows us that we should sew where the pink line is and where the green line is. But how do we get the lines to our fabric so we can sew on the lines? Well, these yellow papers that I've made, this one fits here. It also fits here. And the long one fits here. So we're going to trace the yellow paper onto our fabric. We're going to put the yellow at the top here. Take a chalk. I'm going to use a blue chalk. And I'm going to just hold the paper and put the chalk beside it. 1, 2, and this one will be number 3. I will hold it beside the edge of my paper, my fabric, and I will just make a blue line. Now we have 1, 2, 3 lines. We can sew on this. But what do you do if you don't have this? Well, we're going to use a measuring tape. So on our measuring tape, you need to look for the inches. The inches are the numbers that are big and far apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the other side are also numbers, but these are what we call centimeters. There are many of them in a very short space. Now if we take our measuring tape and we hold it to our paper, we will find that the pink line kind of goes right beside this really long line beside our gold piece. I'm going to just take some chalk and kind of make that line blue for you to see. It's kind of the same. We are going to use this blue line to measure onto our fabric. So the first thing we're going to do, let's take this paper and put it on our fabric. And right at the top where the green line is, let's put a little mark. And where the pink line is, we'll put a little mark. I'll hold it closer for you. Looks like that, just at the top. Now we're going to use our measuring tape. We're going to put the gold right beside the edge here. right beside the edge. And where I've made that line blue, I'm going to just put a little mark. And another little mark. And another little mark. I'm going to do it some more on this side. So I have marks like this. If I join the lines together,